فعلية غير شرعية. ثم تحدثنا عن سنة فعلية شرعية وأمثلتها، وتحدثنا عن سنة فعلية غير الشرعية وأمثلتها، وبدأنا بالسنة التركية، سنة التركية، وبدأنا ولكن لم ننتهي حتى أدركنا الوقت، ولذلك من بداية الكتاب الثاني من أقسام السنة على وهو السنة التركية. السنة التركية if it is sunnah tarbiyah means the things that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it. So if it is sunnah tarbiyah means the things or the activities that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it. So if he didn't do it, we Muslims to live it is sunnah. I hope you understand. If we say a sunnah tarbiyah means the activities and the things that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it. So why we call it sunnah? Because the Muslim, if he didn't do that things, so he already follow the sunnah. Means doing that things is not a sunnah. Living that things is sunnah. So this is the reason why we call this a sunnah at-tarikiyah. Means the activities that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his life he didn't do that activities. So we Muslims to do that activities is sunnah. Means if you apply these activities that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't do it, so it's not sunnah. Living it is sunnah. So living that activities is called sunnah at-tarikiyah. The sunnah that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do, it means the activities that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do. So if you didn't do it, you do sunnah. Living that thing is sunnah. Living that things is sunnah. So here الأفعال التي تركها رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم is the activities and the things that the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم used to do it or he didn't do it. So this means the sunnah at-tarikiyah. I hope you understand. Why we call it sunnah means the Muslim refuse to do that things is called sunnah. If you do it, this is not sunnah because Prophet didn't do it. You avoid yourself for doing that activities or for doing that deeds. So this living and avoid yourself is called sunnah at-tarikiyah. لكن ليس كل شيء تركه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعمله بدعة. But it's very important to understand not all the things that the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم he didn't do it. If we do it, we call it bidaah. We call it bidaah. Yes, we have a lot of things that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it. But not all of it. If we Muslims we do it, we said you are doing bidaah. Not all of it. Only the activities that is within the Islamic law. So the activities within Islamic law that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it. So if you do it, we said you do it. But some activities that in mu'amalat or adat that Prophet he didn't do it. So if somebody he applied it and he do it, we cannot say he do it. I hope you understand. So not all the things that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do. We said if we Muslims we do it. But al-amr bi we have to explain. We have to explain. So الضابط في كون تركه عليه الصلاة والسلام سنة أموال. So what is the conditions الضابط? What is the conditions that we can look before we said the thing that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it, so it's sunnah. So we have two conditions. We have two conditions. Means if that we don't have evidence that the Prophet did it. So we cannot call it sunnah tarkiyah until it fulfills two conditions. I hope you understand. الأمر الأول توافرت الدواعي على فعله مع أن الوقت وقت التشريع وبيان للأحكام. The first condition, we look this thing that Prophet used to do. Is it this thing when the Prophet he didn't do it? Is it in the era of Tashriq? What is the meaning of era of Tashriq? The time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continually revealed the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, because anything that is wrong in the time of Wahy, if the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam you want to do it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reveal to Jibreel alayhi salatu wa salam, he said, well, you don't do it. Or anything that is Sharia, Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he didn't do it, immediately the Jibreel, he will care and say to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, do that thing in Sharia. I hope you understand. So, if we find something that Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he didn't do it, and that thing is possible to Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he do it in the era of Wahy, but he didn't do it, so we call this thing is sunnah tarkiyah. It's not a sunnah bid'ah, it's sunnah tarkiyah, because if it's sunnah, if doing that thing is sunnah, so the Jibreel, he will come and inform the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But when the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, at that time, the time of Wahy, he refused to do that thing, and the Jibreel, he didn't care and said to him, do it. So this show the Muslim, he avoid himself for doing that thing is called sunnah tarkiyah. I hope you understand. Misal, tarkul azan lil idayn. Idayn, salat al-Eid, Eid al-Fitr wa Eid al-Adha. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he refused to call azan. At this time, when the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used salat al-Eid, Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr, is the time of Wahy. It's the time of Wahy, but he didn't do it. So, if it's sunnah bid'ah, Jibreel, you became informed to Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, please call azan for salat al-Eid, Fitr and Eid al-Adha. But the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he lived calling azan in salat al-Eid, Adha and Eid al-Fitr. This showed that not to call azan in salat al-Eid, Fitr and Eid al-Adha is sunnah. The calling azan in salat al-Eid, Adha and Eid Fitr is bidaah. You understand me? Because this is the time of Wahy. The Wahy is not end. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he didn't call azan in salat al-Eid, al-Fitr and Eid Adha. So the sunnah is don't call azan in salat Eid, Fitr and Eid al-Adha. So if somebody he called azan in salat al-Eid, Fitr and Eid al-Adha, we said you already do bidaah, because this is sunnah tarkiyah. Prophet he didn't call, so it's better all Muslim to follow the way of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. ولو كانت دينا وعبادة يتقرب بها إلى الله ما تركها النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. If the call of azan for Salat al-Eid al-Adha and Eid Fitr is deen, is religion, and is ibadah that we can do in order to be close to the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ما تركها النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he cannot leave that. If the call azan in Salatul Eid, Fitr and Eid al-Adha is sunnah, is ibadah, and is the religion, so Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he cannot leave it. So when the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he refused to do it, this show that calling azan in Salatul Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr is not religion, it's not ibadah. I hope you understand. مع أمره بالتوفيق وإسمته من الكتمان, because we already know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give command to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to explain everything to his ummah. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is ma'asum. He cannot hide anything in Islam. He cannot hide anything in Islam. Anything that Allah said Prophet to do, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam already explained. Nothing Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam hiding in Islam. This is the reason why Aisha radiallahu anha said, if assume Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he will hide something in Islam, so he will hide the marriage between him and Zainab bint Jahsh. Because why? Because this is so difficult for Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because Zayd bin Harith firstly is the slave of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he gave him freedom. After he gave him freedom, and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he adopted him to his family. So in that before Islam, if somebody adopted somebody to his family, this person he have the same thing like he's a child. So you cannot marry, because you know somebody, you cannot marry a wife of his son. If his son passed away or his son divorced his wife, the father cannot marry her. So the same thing at that time, if you are adopting only somebody to your family, so it's like your son. If he pass away, you can take your miras like your son. Also, if he divorced his wife, you cannot marry her. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he adopting Zayd bin Haris. Until all the Arab in Mecca they call him Zayd bin Muhammad. Zayd bin Muhammad. So he's the son of the Prophet, like Qasim and Abdullah. So the Zayd bin Haris radiallahu anhu, he married to Zainab bint Jahsh. Zainab bint Jahsh. So Zainab bint Jahsh, she didn't like Zayd bin Harith. So she do anything to him that is not good. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed in Surah Al-Ahzab that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he already cancelled the concept of adopting. So he said, your son is your son that you born from yourself. But you can do adopting somebody, but not calling him you are his father. And you must call him with the name of his father. So for that time, the Sahaba stopped calling Zayd bin Muhammad, they call him Zayd bin Harith, his own father. So, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he want to destroy this concept of adopting, so when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he already revealed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Zayd, he want to divorce Zainab bint Jahsh. And after he divorced her, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet, I need to marry Zainab bint Jahsh. So this is so big problem. So if Zayd bin Harisa, he came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he explained what the Zainab do for him. Prophet he already know, he said, be patient. Don't divorce your wife. Be patient. Until the Zayd bin Harith, he divorced the Zainab. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is very shy to go and marry Zainab. But for this reason, immediately Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Ahzab, he revealed the ayah and said, I already married Zainab to you. So Aisha said that if Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he hiding anything in the Islam, he will hiding this thing. But Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when Allah revealed the ayah in the Quran, he said, I married Zainab to you, he explained to Sahaba. So this is the reason why among the wives of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Zainab, she proud. She said, you all the wives of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he proposed your marriage and he caused your marriage from your parents. But I Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one directing He married me to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I hope you understand. So this is the reason why here, everything we need to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we already explain. Nothing Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam behind. ومواظبة رسول الله, it is إفضاء. ومواظبة ليس ومواظبة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم على تركها دليل على أن المشروع بها هو الترك وبدعها خلاف المشروع. So when the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم he didn't call azan in Salatul Eid, Fitr and Eid al-Adha, so this shows that we Muslims to leave call azan in Salatul Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr is Sharia, is Sunnah. Al-Mashru' biha huwa tark, means the right thing in Salatul Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr, don't call azan. وَفِي دَعَا خِلَافِ الْمَشْرُوعِ. So if you call azan, you already against the Islamic law. وَلَا يَتَقَرَّبُ إِلَى اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ الْمَشْرُوعِ, because we cannot do any ibadah that can take us close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, only the ibadah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said is ibadah. I hope you understand. So this is the first condition that you need. So for example, that we give this azan in the era of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the era of why, but Prophet he didn't do it. So if it's ibadah, immediately in the street we came and said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, call azan for Salatul Eid and Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. So the second condition, Allah yakuna fi zamanihi alayhi salatu wasalam mari nabi, or something that nothing can protect Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to do it in his era, but he didn't do it. This is possible for Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to do it in his era. Nothing prevent him from doing it, but he didn't do it. I hope you understand. Means something that is possible for Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to do it in his era. Nothing prevent him to do it. He has the power and everything is easy for him to do it, what he refused to do. So this shows that one is possible for him to do that thing, and nothing can prevent him from doing that thing. So but he didn't do it, this shows that thing is not Sharia. Because we have something that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he wanted to do it, but because something prevent him, he refused to do it. So, like that thing, after Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away, and the thing that prevent Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from doing that thing, so if the Sahaba do it, this is sunnah. Even the Prophet didn't do it, because he had the intention to do, but something prevent him to do it. I hope you understand. So, if something we find any ibadah, we didn't find it Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to do that ibadah in his era. And also it's possible for Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to do that ibadah, but he didn't do it. And nothing prevents Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from doing that ibadah. So doing that ibadah also is sunnah. Living that ibadah is called sunnah tarkiyah. Why? Because we didn't find this ibadah in the era of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And nothing prevents Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from doing this ibadah, and it's possible for him to do it. Shaykh al-Islam, come late. What happened to you? Sleeping? No, Shaykh al-Islam cannot sleep. Always he wake very early. Okay. So this is, like I explained, if we find a ibadah, maybe people that practice that ibadah, and we didn't find that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam practiced that ibadah in his era, and when we check, we didn't find anything that prevent Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from doing that ibadah, and it's possible for him to do it, what he refused to do. So this shows that ibadah doing it is bidaah. And living that ibadah is called sunnah tarkiyah, because Prophet is possible for him to do. And nothing prevent him from doing that ibadah. Nothing prevent him from doing that ibadah. And he didn't do that. So you, if you do it, so he said you do bidaah. And if you read it, we said you follow sunnah tarkiyah. So this is the second condition. Allah yakuna fi zamanihi alayhi salatu wassalam mane min fi'lihi. Means we don't have anything that prevent Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from doing that ibadah in his era. So this is very important to understand. But what the Khulafa al-Rashidun, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali bin Abi Talib radiyallahu anhum jami'an. So what the Khulafa al-Rashidun, they did, الراشدون لأمور تركها رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يخرج عن أمره. So the deeds that the Khulafa al-Rashidun, the practice that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't do it. So this is divided into two. Means the activities or the ibadah that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't do it. But the Khulafa al-Rashidun, they do that ibadah. So this ibadah, all the activities that the Khulafa al-Rashidun do, but the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't do it. So it's divided into two. One, إما لعدم الحجة، إما لعدم حاجة له في عهد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم، ووجد ذلك في عهد الخلفاء الراشدين مثل جمع المصحف. The first one is maybe in the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam no need for doing that ibadah, for doing that activities, no any haja, no any need at that time. No any need at that time in the era of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam for doing that ibadah. But in the era of Umar al-Rashidin, we have the need to do it. So like compilation of the Quran in one book. In the era of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no need, no haja, no need for doing compilation of the Quran in one book. So this is the reason why some people memorize some ayat, some people write in the paper, some people write in the skin of the animals, some people write in the stone. That is. But in the era of Abu Bakr, after many people that memorized the Quran was killed in Ghazwatul Yamama. So Umar radiallahu anhu, he afraid. He said, now many people that memorized the Quran was killed. So the time it will come, all the people that memorized the Quran, they pass away. So the people that they will come after us, maybe they cannot get Quran. So this is haja. So for this reason, he came to meet Abu Bakr, because Abu Bakr is a Khalifa. He said, oh Abu Bakr, it's very, very important for us now to compile the Quran in one book. Abu Bakr, he said to Umar, how I can do something that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't do it. But Umar, he tried and explained to the Abu Bakr until the Abu Bakr you understand what Umar did. Then Abu Bakr, he said, your idea is correct. Then he called Zayd ibn Thabit. He said to Zayd ibn Thabit, because we are among the people that they narrated Quran when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam last vision of the Quran. So he said, I need to compile the Quran in one book. When they said, he said, how you can give me command to do something that the Prophet refused to do that? He didn't do it. Then Abu Bakr, he said, also me, I say that for Umar, this idea is from Umar, but when the Umar explained for me, I get the idea is right. And Abu Bakr explained to Zayd, and Zayd, you understand. So for that time, Zayd bin Sabit radiallahu anhu, he compiled the Quran in one book. So this, you see, you cannot call this bidaah, because in the era of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no need for doing that thing. But in the era of ulama or Rashidin, we have need, because if they didn't compile the Quran, we cannot get sunnah. I hope you understand. Number two, number two, وإما لوجود الداخل لهذا وهو حب التقرب إلى الله تعالى، ولكن هناك مانع في عهد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كصلاة التراويح جماعة. Number two, maybe in the era of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he liked to do that thing. He liked to do that thing because he knows that thing can take you very close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He had the intention to do it. He had the intention to do it. But something prevents Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from doing it. Something prevents him from doing it. What he want to do, he want to do it. But something prevents him from doing it. So in the era of Sahaba, when this thing that prevents Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is already over, the Sahaba do it. For example, Salatul Tarawih. Salatul Tarawih. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he know the importance of Salatul Tarawih, and he liked to do it until he came. He prayed Salatul Tarawih in Masjid, and the Sahaba followed him for the first day. The second day also he came. The Sahaba also followed him. For the third day when he came, he see many people, so he returned back to his house. He said, I am afraid. Maybe if I do it now, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send the Jibreel to say, Salatul Tarawih in Ramadan is compulsory for my ummah. So if it's compulsory, I know my ummah cannot do it in the future. Maybe the Sahaba, they will do it. But maybe our generation, we cannot do. Even at the prayers, many people cannot pray. So how about the Salatul Tarawih? You see here now, in the first day of Ramadan, if you go to masjid, you can get, the masjid is very full. But after 10 days, this is too reduced. So if they maybe 15 or 20, only one side in masjid. You see? So this is the thing prevent Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from doing Salatul Tarawih, because he afraid maybe if he continues doing it, he know the importance of it, but he know that if he continue, the Jibreel will come. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it's compulsory for your ummah. So for this reason, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he refused to continue doing Salatul Tarawih. But after he passed away in the era of Umar, so this thing is over. What Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is afraid is over, because no more any wahid. No more any wahid. So for this reason, Umar, he bring the Salatul Tarawih back. So this is how we can divide the things that the ulama or Rashidin don't do in their era, but Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't do it in this era. For another example here, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his era, he had the intention to destroy the Kaaba in order to turn the Kaaba like how Prophet Ibrahim he built it, because in Jahiliyyah period, when the water came and destroyed some part of Kaaba, the Quraysh came together. They said, you see the water already destroyed some part of Kaaba. We have to rebuild the Kaaba. So they said that, but we need the donation of money that we can do this work for rebuilding a Kaaba. But they said the money that we need from halal money. We need from halal. We need from halal money. So you see in the Jahiliyyah, they know the money that is haram. They say we need from halal. So you know that at that time the halal is pure. So they bring the mal that is halal, but this money cannot enough for them to rebuild the Kaaba. So when they see that, so they try and building the Kaaba, and the remaining space of Kaaba, they do small building the surrounding it. This is called Hijr Ismail. So actually Hijr Ismail in Kaaba. So now if you go to Mecca, you pray in Hijr Ismail, you already pray in Kaaba. Even they didn't open Kaaba for you, and you enter inside Kaaba and pray. If you pray in Hijr Ismail, Hijr Ismail, if you see the Kaaba like this, you see something round nearest to Kaaba like this small white building surrounding the Kaaba. So this is called Hijr Ismail. So if you pray inside, if you go to Umrah, if you pray inside the Hijr Ismail, you already pray in Kaaba. You already pray between Kaaba and Hijr Ismail. So the Quraysh, when their money is not enough, so they build the Kaaba, and the very space in the Kaaba, they round it. They call Hijr Ismail. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his era, he said to Aisha, I have intention to destroy the Kaaba, to return the Kaaba as like Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam built it. But he said, and I am afraid, if I destroy the Kaaba now, the newcomers, Muslim newcomers, that Hadithul Ahad bil Islam, they will say, oh, this prophet destroyed the Kaaba. He said he's a prophet. Maybe for that thing, they will reject the Islam. So this is the reason why we prevent the Prophet ﷺ from doing it. But in the era of Abdullah ibn Zubayr, when the Muslim already know everything, then he destroyed the Kaaba, he returned it as like Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he built the Kaaba. But after the Hajjaj bin Yusuf, he killed the Abdullah bin Zubayr, and he didn't know this hadith, so he said what Ibn Zubayr he do is wrong. So he returned the Kaaba like as how the Quraysh would leave it. So from that time up to now, it's like that. So this is another example. And another example for the Adam al-Haja, Azan al-Thani Yawm al-Jum'ah, or Azan al-Awwal Yawm al-Jum'ah. In the era of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, only one Azan for Salatul Jum'ah. But Uthman radiallahu anhu is the one who bring the second, the post Azan. So the post Azan, when the Uthman is so many people, they are busy in markets, they are busy in their farms. Until the time of Jum'ah came, many people they didn't realize that the time of Jum'ah already arrived. So most of them they lost the Jum'ah. So for this reason he says it's better before the time like the Mu'adhdhin, he will call first Adhan. So the people they will understand the time of prayer is very close. So they can return to the house, they take the bath of Jum'ah again, they will come to Jum'ah. So this is the Hajj. So this is the reason why Usman he did the second and the first Azan. So فإن المانع من مواظبة عليها جماعة هو أمر الفردية، فلما زال المانع في وفاة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وجه الوحي سخرجوا بها إلى ما فعله رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في حياته. Because the reason why Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he refused to continue doing Salatul Tarawih, because he afraid Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he will make Salatul Tarawih farida. So after Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he passed away, so the thing that he afraid already gone. Because after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away, the wahy is stopped. The wahy is stopped. So for this reason, Umar radiallahu anhu he bring Salatul Tarawih back.
But then, oh wait, tak faham tu.
So ورد الإشكال والالتباس في هذه المسألة، وهو أن البدعة هي فعل سكت عنه الشارع. So many people get confused if you say إشكال والالتباس. إشكال means many people they have the problem, they confused. والالتباس means they didn't understand this mas'ala, means this sunnah tarkiyah. Many people they confused, they cannot differentiate between bidaah and sunnah tarkiyah. They confused, they didn't understand. So this is the reason why these people they say أن البدعة هي فعل سكت عنه الشارع. They say the bid'ah means any deeds that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it, or he kept silent, he didn't explain it. So this how some people just say, because they confuse between the difference between sunnah tarkiyah and bid'ah. Also, they didn't understand. So for this reason, they said the bidaah means anything that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he refused to do it, or he keeps silent, he didn't explain. فالأصل جواز فعله وتركه حتى يقوم الدليل على منعه أو كراهيته. So, but the asal in Islam is allowed. Anything that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do is allowed for us to do it. Or anything that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he anything that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he do it is allowed for us to do it. Or anything Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it, so it's allowed for us if we need to do it. Only if you have the link that said don't do it, or the link said this thing that I do is limited to me, don't do it. But if we don't have any delete from Quran and Sunnah, or something that Prophet sallallahu he did in his life, so nobody can stop you from doing it. Only if we have the delete that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this thing that I do is limited to me, is khususiyah for me. But al-asal, the asal for everything that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he do, just we do. Only if you have the delete. And also, anything that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it. So if you need to do it, so you can do it only if you have the need that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying doing that thing is prohibited. Doing that thing is prohibited. فَتَرْكُ لَا يُجَبْ حُكْمًا بِمَتْرُوكٍ. Because when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam leave something, he didn't do it. This cannot show that the thing that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it is compulsory for we Muslims also, or is prohibited for us Muslims to do it. This cannot show that. If the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do something, show to us that it's prohibited for us to do that thing. Only if you have the. So, Pastor Shatibi has a mas'ala. Imam Shatibi in his kitab al-I'tisam, he explained this mas'ala in order to understand. لأن ثبوت الشارع أن حكم خاص أو تركه للأمر ما على النوعين. Imam Shatibi said that the thing that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam keeps silent, he didn't explain, or the thing that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it, so it's divided into two. It's divided into two. Yes, the things that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam keeps silent, he didn't explain, or the thing that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he refused to do it, so it's divided into two. One, أن يسكت عنه الشارع أو يتركه لأنه لا داعي له تقتديه ولا موجب يقرر لعجله ولا وقع سبب تقريره لعدم الحاجة إليه في زمن الواحد مثل الأحداث الحادثة بعد وفاة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فإنها لم تكن موجودة ثم سكت عنها مع وجودها. One, أن يسكت عنه الشارع أو يتركه. The thing that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he keeps silent, he didn't explain it, or he didn't do it لأنه لا داعي له تقتديه, because no anything in his era is needed for that thing, because in his era that thing that Prophet sallallahu he keeps silent, he didn't explain, or he didn't do it, because at that time the people they don't have any need for that thing. So this is the reason why Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he keeps silent, he didn't explain, and he didn't do it, and he didn't approve it. Karat wala wujub al-iqrar, he didn't approve it. ولا وقع سبب تقريره لعدم الحاجة إليه في زمن الواحد. You cannot say that because when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he keeps silent, he didn't do it, he didn't explain, and he didn't approve it, we cannot say that doing that is bidaah or living that is sunnah because it's zaman al-wahid. Because it's zaman al-wahid. When it's zaman al-wahid, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't explain or he refused to do it. He said doing it or living is sunnah. It's not like that. Why? Because at that time the people they don't have need of that things. This is the reason why Prophet didn't explain and he keeps silent. مثل الأحداث الحادثة بعد وفاة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. For example, what happened after the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم passed away? فإنها لم تكن موجودة. So this thing that happened after Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم passed away, it is not موجودة in his era. When he is alive, this thing is not happened. So this is the reason why he keeps silent. He didn't explain. I hope you understand. But after he passed away, those things happened. So this is the reason why the Sahaba explained about it and the Sahaba tried to do it. But in his era, the things is not happening. So like example that I give you, Jamul Quran. Jamul Quran in one book. Combination of the Quran in one book. Also, like what happened after Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. Regarding the Khilafah. And many things. So this is the first category. Number two, أن يسكت عنه الشارع وموجبه مقتدي له قائم وسببه في زمن الواحد وفيما بعده موجود ولا يحدد في الشارع أمرا زائد على ما كان من الدين وهذا الاسم هو البدعة المذموم، وهذا الاسم البدعة المذموم شرعا، لأنه كان موجب لشرعية الحكم موجودا ثم لن يشرع كان سريها، لأن السعي على ما ثبت هناك بدعة مخالفة لقصد الشارع. So, number 2, أن يسكت عنه الشارع. The thing that the Prophet ﷺ he keeps silent, he didn't explain. وموجبه مقتدي له قائم. But this thing is already happened in the era of the Prophet ﷺ. It's possible for Prophet ﷺ to do it in his era. Maybe some of it, some people do it. But the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't explain, he didn't do it, and no anything that prevent Prophet ﷺ from doing it. وسببه في زمن الوحي, and at that time the wahi also revealed to the Prophet ﷺ about the Prophet. He didn't explain about it and he didn't do it. وَفِيمَا بَعْدُهُ, and also after the Prophet ﷺ passed away, also the Sahaba, they didn't do it, they didn't explain this Sharia. ولم يحدد فيه الشارع أمرا زائدا على ما كان من الدين. And the Islamic rulers and the Prophet Muhammad and Sahaba, they didn't say this thing is additional in religion. It's additional in religion. They didn't do it and they didn't explain about it. وهذا اسمه هو البدعة. So this thing is bid'ah. This thing is bid'ah مذموما شرعا. It's the bid'ah that is prohibited in Islam. لأنه كان موجب لشرعية الحكم موجودا ثم لن يشرع كان سريعا بأن الزائد على ما ثبت هناك بدعة مخالفة لقصد الشرع. Because the thing, it happened in the era of the Prophet ﷺ, but the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't add anything inside, and it's possible for him to add, but he didn't do. And in the era of Sahaba, it's possible for them to add in that ibadah, and they didn't do that. So this shows that somebody, if he adds something inside that ibadah, so this is bid'ah that is against the Islamic law. For example, like I give you, all azan in Salatul Eidain. All azan in Salatul Eidain is bid'ah, because the Salatul Eidain is, it happened in the era of the Prophet. The Prophet used to do Salatul Eidain, but he didn't add azan inside. So for this reason, if somebody add azan in Salatul Eidain, we said this azan is bid'ah mukhalifat ash-shar'. So this is what Imam Ash-Shafi'i said. وهكذا في كل فعل كان سببه موجود في زمن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا يشرعه وتركه فحكمه ترك وعدم الجواز. So this is effective for everything that is possible for Prophet ﷺ to do it in his era, and or is possible for him to explain it in his era, because the origin of that is it happened in his era, like Salatul Eidain, but the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't explain and he didn't do. So doing it for us is against Islamic law. ويتبين من كلام العلماء أنهم يقولون ذلك في أعمال العبادات. So we can understand from what the ulama said, all these things that the ulama are discussing, sunnah tarkiyah and bidaah, sunnah tarkiyah and something that is bidaah, means they are saying that in the field of ibadat, not mu'amalat and adat. All this what we discuss in within the cycle of ibadat, not in the cycle of adat wa mu'amalat. the asal of ibadah to stop. Don't do any ibadah until the ibadah that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to do. This is the asal. The origin of ibadah for Muslim to stop, and man to stop. Don't go forward. Just stop. If Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, do it, then you do. If he said, don't do it, just stop. So this is the asal of ibadah. So this is the reason why this is the qaida. Al-asal bil ibadat al-man. فلا يشرع منها إلا ما شرع الله ورسوله. The asal of ibadah to stop. No any ibadah is sharia. Only the ibadah that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said is sharia. But so this is the reason why if somebody is breaking the ibadah, just ask him, do you have the evidence? Do you have the evidence from Quran and Sunnah? Because I know that the ibadah, the only Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the only one who will say this is ibadah, not you. So if you have the evidence from Quran or Sunnah of the Prophet that said for us to do this ibadah, so we don't have problem. Just we can do it. But if you didn't have, I cannot do it. Because I know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He didn't reveal wahi to you and inform you this thing is ibadah. So why you get it? From where? From where? So this is the qaida. And absolutely ibadat and tawakkul. The origin of ibadah is strong. La yushra'u minha illa ma shara'a Allah wa Rasuluh. Nothing you can say for ibadah is sharia, doing it is sharia, only the ibadah that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said is sharia. Because only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet, they have the power to say this is sharia and this is not sharia. So if somebody bring any ibadah says is sharia, we say tabole. You have to bring the dalil from Quran and Sunnah, because you don't have power to say this thing is sharia or this thing is not sharia. So for all ibadah, لأن الأصل فيها المنع إلا ما جاء الدليل على تشريعه, because the origin of ibadah to stop, only the ibadah that we have the dalil from Quran and Sunnah. فكل إبادة لا يشرع الرسول لا بقوله ولا بفعله وهي مخالفة للسنة. Any ibadah that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't explain it. He didn't explain it. He said to me, oh, you didn't do it. So if somebody doing it and he do it, he already against the sunnah, and that ibadah is bidaah. So all of these things that we discuss, sunnah, tarbiyah, and bidaah, in this ibadah, because the bidaah only enter in ibadah. Bidaah cannot enter in a mu'amalat al-adat. Because some people they cannot differentiate. Some people they will say, oh, you said anything that Prophet he didn't do is bidaah. So now you are using mic. This mic is bidaah. He said, no, you don't understand, Tabole. This is not ibadah. The mic is not ibadah. Or somebody can say for you, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't drive a car. He said, oh, please, this is not ibadah. If you say anything that Prophet he didn't do it, it's bidaah or missing ibadah. In ibadah. When you say, oh, Prophet, you didn't use aeroplane to Mecca when you want to go to Hajj. He said, please, this is not ibadah. Or you say, oh, Prophet, you didn't use electricity. Just use a small fire or lamp like that one. So we say, yes, this is not ibadah. Please, you have to differentiate. So I hope you understand. Many people they confuse. So people say, don't do this is ibadah. He said, oh, why you are driving a car? It's also bidaah. Because probably you didn't drive a car. No, not like that. It's not like that. Because this is adat or mu'amalat. Adat and mu'amalat. But if you said bidaah, bidaah only enter in something that is ibadah. So only you bring something. What is ibadah? The thing that we can use for worshiping Allah. This is called ibadah. So if you add anything in that ibadah, so we said you have the name from Quran and Sunnah, because only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet, they have the power to say this is ibadah. If you bring the dalil, authentic dalil, they say okay, we will follow. But if you refuse to bring the dalil, we say this, the thing that we do is bidaah. So وأما في العادات but in عادات فالمسألة تختلف حيث ينظر للمصلحة but the عادات is different فإنما يحقق مصلحة يدرج ضمن أصل من أصول الشريعة أو ضمن مبادئ العامة لمشروعيته. But regarding the other, it's different with because there are any other new thing came to us, just we look the origin of it in Sharia. If we have the origin of it in Sharia, so even Prophet didn't do it, we can do it. For example, driving the car. Prophet didn't drive the car. But he driving the horse and camel and donkey. Yes. So, Prophet used to ride a donkey also. So, you see, driving a car, it has the origin. But now it's changed. So you cannot say this is bidaah. So this is ولذلك العلماء said والأصل في العادة الإباحة ولا يحرم منها إلا ما حرم الله ورسوله. The origin of adat and mu'amalat is allowed for you to do it. If somebody meets me, I will do something new. Says, why you do it? Probably he didn't do it. I said, you have to read the Quran, and so that said that is haram. You read the Quran, you said, I like a car. Probably he refused, he didn't like a car. So don't like it. The thing that I would say for you, you have to read from Quran, and so that said riding a car is haram. So if you didn't drink for legally, say please go and see. Leave me, I do what I wish. Go and see. You don't have to leave. Like that. Or maybe you like to eat nasi goreng pattaya. So don't say, oh, no, you didn't eat nasi goreng pattaya. So don't believe this, okay? Please, you have to read from Quran. And Sunnah that says eating nasi goreng pattaya is prohibited. Nasi goreng pattaya is the culture of Malay people. So the eating nasi goreng pattaya, how we can say for them is prohibited. You have to read from Quran and Sunnah that says nasi goreng pattaya is prohibited. So if he didn't believe for you, put a read. Just go and sleep, leave me to it. I don't have nasi goreng pattaya. So Brother Jaya today he give us all 5 bringing to buy nasi goreng pattaya. So this is regarding for adat. Just we look at the origin of it in Sharia. If we have maslaha for doing it, so we do it. For example, now using aeroplane to travel to Mecca, we have maslaha. Now we cannot travel from Malaysia now to Mecca by it's impossible. In previous before aeroplane, many people they spend maybe 5 years from Malaysia to going Saudi Arabia to Pakistan. So people, if they go there, they cannot come back. So this is the reason why if you go there, you can buy maybe their origin is Malays. but they have the nationality of Saudi Arabia. Because their grandfathers, they came to Hajj. And when they came to Hajj, they cannot come back. Because it's very bad. So this is the reason why if you go to Saudi Arabia, you can find many race in Saudi Arabia that have nationality. You can buy from Malays, you can buy from even China's, Sea, from Africa's, they have their nationalities. Because when their grandfathers visit the country, they never come back. You understand? So now we have from Malaysia to Saudi Arabia 8 hours. Now in morning, by 6, you are in Saudi Arabia. So this is maslaha for us. And it has the origin because the Prophet ﷺ united the horse and camel. So you can just say it's bidaah to use aeroplane. Okay. واصل القاعدة مأخوذ من حديث 3 نفر جاءوا إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. So the dalil for sunnah tarkiyah, that we said anything the ibadah that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do it. So if he didn't do it, that is sunnah. If he do it, also is bidaah. Is the hadith of 3 people that can or to the house of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this hadith in Bukhari, 3 people came and asked the wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam how the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will do his ibadah. He will do his ibadah. So when the wives of the Prophet informed them, they told them, no, this ibadah is too small. Little bit, how Prophet will do that? Little bit. And some of them they say, oh, very Prophet, we do it because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already forgave the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and so we are not like Prophet. Because Allah already forgave him what he do and what he will do in the future. So we are not like Prophet. We must do additional things that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will do. So one of them is said, from today I will continue doing tahajjud. I cannot sleep. Continue. The second one, he says, from today I continue doing fasting. I cannot eat forever. Always fasting. One person, he says, the third one, he says, from today I cannot marry a woman. Just I will continue doing ibadah. When the Prophet began, then the words of the Prophet informed him that this is what these people say. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, some people say kaza wa kaza wa kaza. So I, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more than all of you. But I sleep and I do tahajjud. Part of the night I go to the bed, I get a rest, I sleep. And the end of the night I wake up, I pray tahajjud. And some days I am doing fasting, and some days I take my makan. And I am married a wife. So this is my way, this is my manhaj, this is my sunnah. So whoever don't like to follow this way, so I not associate myself with him. So this is the way of the Prophet. So this is sunnah taqiyya, because Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't do salatul tahajjud for the whole night, just part of the night. So he didn't do that. So if somebody do it, it's bidaah. You understand? If somebody also he didn't do the tahajjud for the whole night, so this is sunnah taqiyya, he follow the sunnah. And if somebody he do fasting for some days, and he do fasting, he take his makan on some days, so we say he following the sunnah. If somebody he continued doing fasting for his life, he didn't eat, we said you are against sunnah. If somebody say that I cannot marry in my life, so we said you already against the sunnah of the Prophet. But if somebody says yes, I can marry in my life, so we said we follow the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So this is the asal of sunnah tarkiyah. Maka sahaba di sunnah tarkiyah na'am.
Aku ngantuk terus main game.
So
coklat dah habis.
Regarding what the sahaba narrated to us regarding the sunnah tarkiyah, the thing that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't do it. So Naw'an is divided into two. تسليمه بأنه ترك كذا وكذا ولا يفعله كقوله عليه الصلاة والسلام في شهداء الأحد ولم يغسله ولا يصلي عليه. So how we can understand this is the sunnah tarkiyah. If the Sahaba narrated, they say that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do that. He didn't do that. For example, when the Sahaba narrated the hadith regarding the shuhada al-Uhud, the people that get shahada in Ghazwat al-Uhud, they say that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam walam yaghsilhu wa la yusalli alayhi. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he didn't do ghusl for them and he didn't do prayer for them. You know that if somebody pass away before you bury him in the grave, it's sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to give him ghusl maut, and after ghusl you have to pray salatul janaiz for him. So this is the sunnah for somebody. If somebody pass away, it's Muslim here in Malaysia is compulsory for all Muslims in Malaysia to do ghusl for him and to pray for him. This is compulsory, but if part of some people do it, is enough. This is Prophet Kifaya. You understand? But regarding the shuhada, shaheed who passed away in the field of war, so this person we cannot do ghusl for him and we cannot pray for him. What is the purpose of the prayer? Because we are seeking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgiveness for that person. So this person is already shaheed. So Prophet he didn't do ghusl for shaheed and he didn't pray for shaheed. But this hukum is only limited for shaheed who passed away in the field of war. Because we have many shuhada. Many shuhada. The person who the woman who passed away when she was to deliver a baby, she's shahida. But we can pray for her and we do ghusl for her. But she's shahida. Any woman when she went to deliver her baby, she passed away, so it's shahida. And also the person who passed away in the deliver in water also is shaheed. The person who passed away with the stomach cake, also he is shaheed. The person who passed away in fire, now fire on him, he passed away, he also shaheed. So we have many categories of shuhada, but only shaheed that we cannot do ghusl for him and we cannot pray for him. Only shaheed that he passed away in the field of war. I hope you understand. So this, when the Prophet sallallahu Sahaba explained this sunnah tarkiyah, Prophet he refused to do ghusl for them and he refused to do prayer for them. وقالوا في صلاة العيد, also like what the Sahaba said in Salatul Eid, لا يكون أذان ولا إقامة ولا نداء. They said when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he came to the Musalla Salatul Eid, first what he do, started prayer. He didn't call azan. Also, he didn't do iqama or bidaah. The bidaah is azan. He didn't call prayer. Just when he came to Musalla, just he said Allahu Akbar. Just what he do. He didn't call iqama. He didn't call azan. He didn't call iqama. So Salat al-Eid, you can just say Allahu Akbar, Allah. Iqama. Just takbirat al-ihram. First raka'ah, sab'ah takbirat. Sab'ah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And the second raka'ah, 6 takbirat. Include the takbirat al-qiyam. Okay. So this is how the Sahaba explain the Sunnah al-Qiyam. Second one, عدم نقله لما لو فعله لتوفرت أممه وسوائه أو أكثرهم أو واحد منهم على نقله بحيث لم يقله واحد منهم البتة ولا حدث فيه مجمع عملا علم أنه لم يكن مثله تركه عليه الصلاة والسلام التلفظ بالنية عند دخول الصلاة. So another thing, the ibadah that some people are doing, but the Sahaba, they didn't narrate single hadith from Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam he do it, and they didn't explain that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam he do it. And we know that all the ibadah that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam he do, the Sahaba narrated. Anything that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam he do in his life, in his ibadah, the Sahaba narrated. Why? Even how the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam want to enter toilet, Sahaba narrated. Narrated for us. Even how to do tahara, Sahaba narrated. Even how to do ghusl janaba, Sahaba narrated. Even how to do dua for Jummah, Sahaba narrated. Anything is the Sahaba narrated. So if we see somebody in ibadah, we didn't find any Sahabi, all Sahaba of Prophet, nobody narrated it. That Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam he do it in his life, or he explained it. So this shows that this is not ibadah. Living it is sunnah. Doing it is ibadah. For example, Akela Muslimiyah, what is talabus? To say the niyah openly without
Terbalik.
So this is sunnah, because you can check all the book of sunnah. Only one single Sahabi narrated that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam he do talabus, he do niyah openly. He said nawaitu salatu zuhur openly. Nobody from Sahaba. So this shows that talabus in niyah is not the same. So you have to hide it in your heart. Because if Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam he do talabus in niyah, the Sahaba they will narrate it. The Sahaba they will narrate it. But if you look all the book of Sunnah, all the book of Sunnah, you cannot find anyone Sahabi who narrated hadith that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam when he want to do Salatul Zuhur, he said, Nawaitu Salatul Zuhur openly. You cannot find.
Bila puasa?
So this is the reason why this is the example. The Sahaba, when they refused to narrate this, because Sahaba narrated everything. For example, dua istifta. The Sahaba narrated. Because Hadith Abu Hurairah, you know the dua istifta. The dua that after you said Allah Akbar, before you started reading, you do dua istifta. So Abu Hurairah said, he saw Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam Allahu Akbar before he started the prayer. He saw the leader of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam before he started reading the Fatiha. That Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did something.
Mungkin tempat dipanggil macam tu.
Then Abu Hurairah asked, what you are reading? He said, I'm reading Dua Istiftah. And on the Abu Hurairah. So and some Sahaba also sometimes Prophet did Dua Istiftah openly. The Sahaba they narrated for us. So why they didn't narrate Talaffuz bin Niyya openly? So this so that not to do Talaffuz bin Niyya is sunnah, and doing Talaffuz bin Niyya is against sunnah. Is against sunnah. So this is how the Sahaba explained the sunnah Tarkiyah and sunnah.
Kita buat lafaz pun kita dengan sunnah.
So al-i'tisam bi sunnati ma'al Quran. So this topic is now the last one. This muhadara al-i'tisam bi sunnah ma'al Quran. It is compulsory for Muslim to stay. This is compulsory to stop where the Prophet stopped. To stop where the Sunnah said to stop. And it's compulsory to stop where the Quran said to stop. Don't go forward and don't stop where the Sunnah said to stop. Just stop where the Quran said to stop. To be, to stand on Sunnah and
Can you demonstrate?
لقد بعث الله محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he sent Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to us with the Islamic religion Al-Khatam, and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he is the last prophet. وَدِينُ الْإِسْلَامِ, the religion that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he said, well, the religion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he sent Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to us is Islam religion. قال الله تعالى اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم. Today I already complete your religion. So no more any addition. No more any addition. After Hajjatul Wada, no more any addition. No more any addition. So if somebody breaks something in Ibadah, you Ibadah in our religion, you say Yoma Akmal.
Tesi proposal lah.
Inna sunnah wahid.
Kita ada lagi bukan kata tesis proposal.
And sunnah is also wahid. What is the wahid by ma'na? So what is the difference between people say a sunnah is wahid bil ma'na and Quran? What is the difference?
Itu yang hantar tesis tu bila? Yang hantar tesis
tak ada tesis, dia tesis proposal.
Sem tunjuk je ni.
Tesis depan.
Sem depan.
Yang ni proposal dia.
Sunnah, the meaning is from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. The words is from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Quran. Both words and meaning.
Nyesal aku buat kajian-kaji dah.
Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala
said,
Aku tengah siapkan kaji selidik.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin Ar-Rahman. So this, like we read it, is how Jibreel revealed it to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet didn't change anything. Both meaning and words is from Allah. For Sunnah, just a meaning. Jibreel he will come and inform Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam something, but Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will explain its own words. For example, I give you an example. Now, I said to Al-Astawi, go and inform the student. I need all of them to come to my class by 8 a.m. for example. And Al-Astawi, he go and inform the student exactly what I said. He didn't change any one word. So this is like Quran. But when I said for him that, but when you want to explain, just to explain the meaning. He said, for example, he said 8 a.m. Ustaz Kabir, he did all of you to be around in the class. You see, he explained the meaning, but not exactly the words that I said, but the same meaning. So this is sunnah. You understand? But the Quran is what I said. He didn't change. But the sunnah is what I said, just he explained the meaning. He said by 8 a.m. Ustaz Kabir need all of you to attend his class. So this, he already informed me the message, but the meaning what I mean was in different words. But the Quran is the same way. So this is the difference between Quran and Sunnah. Most of them is one, but Quran, the words and the meaning is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the Sunnah, only the meaning is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the words is from Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَأَنَّهَا مُبَيِّنَةٌ لِلْقُرْآنِ. And Sunnah is the source that can explain the Quran. Without Sunnah, we cannot understand Quran. وَلَا يُمْكِنُ عَمَلُ بِالْقُرْآنِ وَحْدَهُ. It's impossible to say that I work only with Quran. You cannot understand Islam if you say only you can use Quran. You have to merge Quran and Sunnah together. Because if somebody said for you, just use Quran only, so he already followed the order. Because how he can pray? How you can pray? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Aqimus salah," you know how to pray? So who informed you that Salatul Zuhr is 4 rak'at? Who informed you Salatul Fajr is rak'atain? Who informed you after Fajr is the time for Salatul Fajr? Who informed you? Who informed you that by 1:30 is the time of Salatul Zuhr? Who informed you? Who informed you that after the rise of sun, after the sun going down is the time of Maghrib? Who informed you? Prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't explain for you. This is the time of Zuhr, and this is the time of Asr, and this is the time of Maghrib. And how to do ruku? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't explain for you. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said for you, يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. You know how to do fasting? Understand? You know how to do fasting? No. Because if you said you use Quran, how you can do fasting? You didn't know. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. You know how to do zakah? To give the zakah? You know what is the limitation of zakah? You know how many amount you can give zakah? You didn't know. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ. You know how to perform the Hajj? You didn't know. So anybody who says, I only use Quran, that person to you have to merge Quran together with Sunnah, because the Sunnah is the one that explains the Quran. The complete religion is to use Quran together with Sunnah. وَحِبْتُ الدِّينِ وَبَقَاءُ لَا يَتُوبُ إِلَّا بِالتَّمَسُّكُ بِهِمَا. So to protect your religion and the Islam to be continuous up to Yawm al-Qiyamah, this is impossible if you didn't use Quran together with Sunnah. ولما كان عمل بالقرآن لا يتم إلا بالمبين وهو سنة فلا بد من التأكيد على اتصال بالسنة. So when we already understand that Quran, to use the Quran cannot complete only if you use the sunnah together with the Quran. So فلا بد من التأكيد على التزام بالسنة. So this show for us is compulsory for all Muslims to follow the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وهو ما يميز العمل وخلوه من البدع. Because the using the sunnah is the only one way that can differentiate between the bid'ah and the right thing that is Islam, and the right thing that is Islam. Without sunnah, we cannot differentiate the bid'ah from the ibadah. With the sunnah, we can differentiate this bid'ah from ibadah. وثبت كمال الدين بالقرآن والسنة صحيحة. So the Islam cannot be complete only if somebody use Quran together with the authentic sunnah. فهو لا يقبل زيادة ولا نقصا. The Quran and Sunnah or the religion cannot accept any addition and also cannot accept any reduce. You have to follow what the Prophet said. Don't add anything and don't reduce anything. وتمسك طريقة النجاة. So to follow the Sunnah is the only way that if you follow it, you can achieve in your life in this dunya and akhirah. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَنْ يُشَاقِقْ الرَّسُولَ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا تَبَيَّنَ لَهُ الْهُدَى وَيَتَّبِعْ غَيْرَ سَبِيلِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ نُوَلِّهِ مَا تَوَلَّى وَنُصْلِهِ جَهَنَّمَ وَسَاءَتْ مَصِيرًا. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, whoever opposes Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا تَبَيَّنَ لَهُ الْهُدَى, after the guidance already came to him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained the right way, and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained the right way for him. وَيَتَّبِعْ غَيْرَ سَبِيلِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, also to follow another way that is not the way of the believers. He didn't follow the way of the Sahaba. So what did he matter about that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we can lead him to what he likes. What is for him said, we can make that easy for him to follow. When he's wrong, we choose it. So we can make that easy for him to follow. So at the end, a Muslim is Jahannam. So we can lead him to Jahannam. So the Jahannam is the worst or evil destination for him. Okay, فالآية تفيد شهادة الرسول والصحابة. This ayah showed that the only way that we can follow is the way of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his Sahaba. ومن تبعهم بالإحسان بالإيمان. And the people that follow the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba with the belief and the right way. وبالمقابل ومخالفتهم بعد حديث النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وقوة من البدع. So the opposite of that, if somebody against the way of the Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم, he against the way of the Sahaba, so this person he already lead himself to bid'ah. كما نهى الله أن نتبع السبل. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He already said it's prohibited for us to follow other ways that is not the way of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَنَّ هَذَا صِرَاطِي مُسْتَقِيمًا فَاتَّبِعُوهُ وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا السُّبُلَ فَتَفَرَّقَ بِكُمْ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ ذَلِكُمْ وَصَّاكُمْ بِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, this is my way, is straight. This is my way, is straight. ولا تتبعوا السبل, don't follow other ways, فَتَفَرَّقَ بِكُمْ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ. If you follow these other ways can remove you from following His way. ذَلِكُمْ وَصَّاكُمْ بِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. This is the wasiyah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to you, if you need taqwa. If you need taqwa. So, what is the shurut amal al-maqbul? What is the condition for accepting your ibadah? Any ibadah that you do in your life, before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted that ibadah, you have to fulfill two conditions. If your ibadah is not fulfilling that two conditions, your ibadah is rejected. Even you spend 20 years you are doing that ibadah, if this ibadah is not fulfilled two conditions. The ibadah is rejected. So it's very important to understand this. It's very important to understand this. So ليس الإبادة هي فقط. Ibadah is not just only intention. Just intention. It's not only like that. وأن أو أنها شعائر تعبدية. Ibadah is a sign of Sharia. أو أنها لبعض الأعمال الإنسان أو أحواله الدنيا. Or we said just the ibadah is the culture of
Ada kat tu.
the time that they have the time
Kalau KP ni kebanyakannya pakai songkok pakai asalnya tak ada. Ada pakai baju taik macam apa ya bisnes lah.
Siapa?
Ya bisnes lah.
Ya bisnes sekali lah.
Macam tu ni. Tua-tua macam tu.
This is the definition of ibadah. اسم جامع لكل ما يحبه الله ويرضاه. It's the general name of everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He loves it and He agreed for it to do it. So anything that Allah He loves and He agreed for you to do it, this is called ibadah. This is called ibadah. This is called ibadah. Min al-aqawat. Either this thing that Allah He loves and agreed to do it, is it a saying aqawat like dhikr, or wal-a'mal, or the deeds al-batina that is hiding like ikhlas, wal-zahira, or that is open practical. So all the deeds, either the saying or the activities that Allah developed it and He agreed to do it, this is called ibadah. وَدَائِرَتُهَا إِذَنْ رَحْمَةُ تَشْمِلُ شُؤُونِ الْإِنسَانِ كُلَّهَا. So ibadah, the cycle of ibadah is it already surrounding the life of human being. It already surrounding the life of human being. وَتَسْتَوْعِبُ حَيَاتُهُ جَمِيعًا. And the ibadah, always human being, his life cannot separate from ibadah. Cannot separate from ibadah. وَتَسْتَدْرِكُ كَافَةً مَنَاشَتُهُ وَأَعْمَالُهُ. And the ibadah already surrounding all his activities and all his wish. So this, the meaning of this in Khulasa is the life of human being is already surrounded by ibadah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He created you for the purpose of ibadah. وَمَا خَلَقَتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونِ. So this ayah shows for us like what we explained here. The life of human being is surrounded with ibadah. All your life is surrounded with ibadah. So you have to be careful. Everything that you do, you have to check. Is it what Allah said to do, or is what Allah said not to do? So this, because your life is surrounded with ibadah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you for the purpose of ibadah. So this ibadah, fashurutul amal maqabul islam. So this ibadah, Allah cannot accept it until it will be two conditions. One, al-ikhlas. That is very, very important. This is very, very important, al-ikhlas. So this is the reason why in our first muhadara I explained for you the importance of ikhlas. Because this knowledge that we are seeking out is ibadah. It's ibadah. What I teach you, I for me is ibadah also. It's ibadah. So because it's ibadah, it's compulsory for you to be ikhlas. And also it is compulsory for you to be ikhlas. If I come this class, I teach you for the purpose, just I get a salary, so I waste my time. I waste my time. I waste my time. If you come to this class for attending these lectures for the purpose to get certificate or for the purpose to get A in the exam, just waste
Time.
your time at the class. وما أمروا إلا ليعبدوا الله مخلصين له الدين. To be sincere. Your heart only to think about Allah. If you come here, don't think about this. Don't think about the aim of the exam. Just make your heart think about Allah only. So if you do that, you can get a barakah in your story. Allah can bless your story. Allah can put you the barakah in your life. And also you can get a certificate also. And you have a reward. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make the way of Jannah very easy for you. Man salaka tariqan yaltamisu fihi al-ilm sahala Allahu lahu tariqan ila al-jannah. So whoever follow the way of seeking knowledge, Allah will make the way of Jannah very easy for you. So as how it is. So trust you ikhlas. Don't think about aim. Don't think about exam. Don't think about certificate. Just think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you put Allah in your heart. So this is ikhlas. To be sincere. Your heart. Total submission of your heart to Allah. Don't think about dunya. Don't think about dunya. Just leave dunya aside. So if you do that, that's what Allah can accept. And also after Allah accept, He reward you, He bless your life, and also you can get certificates. You can get certificates. So this is the portion. So if you want to praise God,
certificate.
For some people they say, oh, this man, mashallah, he starts. He attend the 5 daily prayers in the mosque. You praise God. If you want to read Quran, read your Quran for the purpose of Allah. Don't read the Quran because you have to read very beauty poems. Just read the Quran for the purpose of Allah. I hope you understand last. Then second one, al-muwafaqatu. This ibadah that you do before Allah will accept it. If you do it in ikhlas, it is not the same which what Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam you do. This ibadah is not accepted. Al-muwafaqa, you have to do practice ibadah according to Sharia. According to Sharia, you have to do ibadah according to the Sharia. If you do ikhlas, if you didn't do it according to the Sharia, so this ibadah is rejected. If you pray Zuhur with total ikhlas, but you didn't do it like how the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam you do, so it's rejected. This is the reason why one day Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam sitting in masjid, somebody enter masjid. When he looked to him, this person, he prayed. After he finished the prayer, he came to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Wa alaikum assalam. The Prophet said, go and repeat the prayer because you didn't do prayer. So this person, he do prayer with ikhlas. But his prayer is against the prayer of the Prophet. He go and do another prayer. And he come back. Prophet said, go back and do another prayer because your prayer is not prayer. And he go and do for the third time. He came. Prophet said, go and do prayer because you didn't pray. Then this person will say, oh Prophet, I don't know how I pray. So teach you. Then the Prophet teach him how to do the prayer. So how the Prophet teach him, any person who he pray that is against the prayer of the Prophet, his prayer is rejected. You have to pray as how the Prophet prayed. You have to do fasting, even your heart day. good intention and good ikhlas, but if your fasting is not according how the Prophet will do his own fasting, so your fasting is rejected. If you perform the Hajj, it's against how the Prophet performed the Hajj. If you do that Hajj with ikhlas, so your Hajj is rejected. So this is the reason why in Yom Al-Arfa, Prophet said, "Khuzu anni manasikakum." Come and copy from me how you want to do your Hajj. So you have to be careful. This good condition. So even you follow the sunnah in ibadah, but that you pray like how the Prophet he prayed, but your niyyah is you didn't do it for ikhlas, also is rejected. We have to ibadah must be have two conditions, not only one condition. If you follow the sunnah in ibadah but without ikhlas, your ibadah is rejected. If you do ibadah with ikhlas without following the sunnah, also your ibadah is rejected. So this is the two conditions for accepting your ibadah. Whoever the ibadah that is not fulfilling these two conditions, even if it's fulfilling one condition, the ibadah is rejected. So al-muwafaqat al-shar fi amali wa tanfiz. You have to follow the sharia in any amal that you want to do. وهذا متعلق بالعمل سواء كان عمل القلب أو جوارح. like عمل القلب like توكل خشية الخوف, you have to do something how the Prophet ﷺ do, and jawari, the work of the activities like prayer, reading the Quran, zikir, all this is the amal jawari. So you have to do it, you have to do zikir according to the zikr of what the Prophet do. You have to pray according to the prayer, or like the prayer of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the end of Muhadara.
Alhamdulillah. Please end this.
This is the end of Muhadara. So Muhadara Sabi'ah.
Sambung lah. Wish.
Ada.
أقسام البدع. أقسام now we finish أقسام السنة, then أقسام البدع.
Kita buat aku tak tahu.
البدع تقسيمات. Bid'ah is divided into two categories. One, أقسام البدع بالنظر إلى متعلقاتها. أقسام البدع بالنظر إلى معناها اللغوي أو وتخصيصها. The first category is the categories of bid'ah according to what is aligned together with bid'ah. متعلقاتها means the thing that is aligned with bid'ah. The first category of bid'ah